Hi everyone, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, but I was waiting on my blood work results. I finally got them in, but this is a video on TRT. So I had been thinking about getting on TRT for a bit. I finally did it. I just completed the 3-month mark, so I'm gonna go over the results, why I did it. I think that's the most important thing, and I guess how everything's kind of mapping out so far. So to start, the reason I jumped on TRT is because pretty much kind of goes back to the pandemic. So once the pandemic started, I think like everyone, a lot of people, I went remote at work. So I was pretty much home all the time. Keep in mind at this point, nobody really knew anything about COVID. Everything was new. In my family, I've always had issues with when I go to the doctor, I get told I have borderline high blood pressure. My blood work always comes back with high cholesterol. I've been told I should be on statins. I don't want to jump on them. I've always tried to lower my cholesterol by doing a lot of cardio, and most of the time it's worked. It's still kind of high, but I just don't really want to jump on statins. So back to the TRT. So yeah, I was working at home, and like everyone, I think I was getting scared about COVID and how it was going to impact me because of the high blood pressure and then cholesterol and all that. So I started running every day. I had a treadmill in my basement and I was just running every day, dropped a bunch of weight. I think I got down to like 190 from about 200. And, I think once things started reopening, things got, kind of more back to normal. I got lazy, I stopped running. I didn't work out at all. I wasn't going to the gym because at this point gyms were not open. Sometimes they would open, then they would close, or you would have to go with a mask, and that was super annoying. I didn't want to do that. So I wasn't working out. And then from dropping down to 190, I shot all the way up to, I think, 225 at some point. And this is with no working out whatsoever. And even when I did run, I wasn't doing any weight training. It was just running. So I just dropped a bunch of weight. Keep in mind, I had been working out, and I have been working out pretty much half my life. So I've been working out since I was 23, probably 4 or 5 days a week, every week. I think the most I've ever missed is probably 2 weeks prior to this whole issue with the pandemic. So I don't know. I kind of thought to myself, well, what can I do? How can I get back into the swing of things? I was also getting older. I was 38 at the time. So July is when I started thinking about it. And once things were pretty much back to completely being open and having gained all this weight, I really needed motivation to get back into working out. So I decided to jump on TRT after doing some research. I did research on clinics through Reddit, through there's Facebook groups that you can join and ask questions and read comments and things like that, get feedback. And I decided to work with a clinic named Viking. I've had they're great, to be honest. I got nothing but good things to say about them. Their service is good. They're responsive. I set up a virtual meeting with them. We went over what the process looks like. They helped me set up a panel to get blood work done. So I got the blood work done, and I'm gonna go over the results now, which is the before and then the after, so you guys can see the difference in the 3 months. So I started July 8th. Sorry. At this point, I was 214.7. This is with no working out. I was benching 135, if that matters, 21. My TRT at this point was 430. My estradiol, if I'm saying it right, estradiol, 32.7, which is your estrogen. My total cholesterol, which is it's high. I already know it was 318. My triglycerides were also pretty high. They were 188. My HDL, which is my good cholesterol, was 53. And then my LDL was 228. So now 3 months in, haven't taken my blood work again. October 6th, I was down to 207.2. But my weight training, I guess you could say the way I performed was back to normal. So I was back to benching 225 about 8 to 10 times, depends on the day. TRT went up to 809. Estradiol went down to, actually, this went up. This went up to 57.7. The range from what I've seen is 20 to 55. So I did bring this up to the doctor I was working with at Viking when we had a meeting. She just went over some symptoms that I should look out for. So they are, I have them here, mood swings, reduced libido, high blood pressure, insomnia, and I've had none of these. Sensitive nipples was another one, but I've had none of these issues. So for now, we're just gonna watch it. The next time around that I have to get some blood work, my total cholesterol actually went down a little bit to 291. My triglycerides also went down to 124. HDL stood pretty much the same. I'm at 52. LDL, it also went down a little bit to 217. But overall, I think some of the biggest benefits I would say from being on TRT is mentally I feel more focused. I think that's one thing. The other one that I think depends, I guess, on case by case, and every person's different. But I just feel way more confident. I feel way more positive, optimistic about everything. I feel like I can get everything that I set in my mind to done. That's one thing that kind of comes with being on TRT. I'm gonna keep an eye out for that, and I'm not gonna do monthly update videos on TRT. I think I'm gonna just the first year I'm gonna do videos, but every time I get blood work done. So after the blood work, just to kind of see how I'm reacting to it and how it's impacting, my day to day. Obviously, I'm gonna continue to work out. I'm not gonna post any like pictures of my before and after, I think, until I officially complete a year. So that's one way that I'm holding myself accountable, obviously recording this too. But yeah, that's my results. If you guys have any questions, comment below like always, and I'll make sure to get back to you guys. All right, bye.